Hey up, welcome back. Well, a couple of weeks ago, a company called Moman sent me this twin helmet communication set, and full disclosure from the outset, not cost me any money these, but by the same token I've not been paid one little penny by Moman themselves to conduct this review, so I'm going to give you a completely honest opinion as to what I think of this kit. So we're going to start with an unboxing, then I'm going to take you through fitting them to each of my spare helmets, and then we'll go on to look at some of the features and controls. So here we are then, the Moman H2 twin helmet communications set, coming in at just under £90 in the United Kingdom. So let's crack on and see what all the fuss is about. Okay, so let's start with the unboxing, and while I crack on with that, probably worth mentioning that normally you may have seen that I use a Cardo Scala Rider Pack Talk Bold com system on my Shark helmet. However, I do have two spare helmets, an open face ROG and a full faced LS2. So I'll be fitting these two units to those helmets using the two different fitting systems provided. So there you go, in the box you get the two units, and then you get two packs of basically the microphone and earphone setup. Note, boom mic only in this kit. There's no separate button mic like you get with some systems. Also you get ×2 the mounting system to affix the comms units to your helmet. You have the option of a self-adhesive stroke Velcro system or a clip-on system. I'll be using the clip-on system on the open face helmet and the Velcro system on the LS2 full face helmet. So there you can see the two earphones and the microphone, and the earphone and microphone attachments are by way of the Velcro or hook and loop if you prefer attachments, and there you see the two alternatives, the Velcro alternative and the clip-on alternative. So here on my Rogue open face helmet I'm going to use the clip-on mount. You might find it very useful to initially prise that clip a little bit wide with something like that plastic fascia tool there, just to get it started before you clip it onto the side of the helmet, depending on how thick the rim of your helmet is at the bottom there. So once you've done that, all you need to do is slide on the comms unit until it clicks and make sure that the whole thing is secure. Okay, so now a good idea to remove the cheek pad there on the left hand side and to start fixing the earphones in. So the left hand side earphone nearest the comms unit there has the shorter of the two leads on. Now I don't need the self-adhesive Velcro patches here because the liner in the earpiece recess on these on these Rogue helmets is already prepped to take hook and loop Velcro style attachments. So having fitted the left hand speaker there, it's simply a matter of fitting again on the left hand side the boom microphone with the supplied self-adhesive Velcro tab there. And always a good idea before you do any of this self-adhesive stuff is to give the surface that you're attaching it to a good old wipe with acetone, pre-paint or panel wipe or something similar. So there we go, attaching the adhesive Velcro pad for that boom mic, and simply a matter then of positioning it in the place that best suits you. It's the flat side of that microphone muffler at the end there that needs to be nearest your mouth. That's where the pickup is. So you'll notice on that little bonnet on the end of the mic there that there's a flat side, and that needs to be nearest to your mouth. Over to the right hand side then, and again removing the cheek pad, finding the little pocket in which to place the right hand speaker with the longest lead. And again, no need for me here to use the self-adhesive Velcro pads because of the Velcro friendly lining which there is inside these Rogue helmets. Fantastic helmets, these Rogues. This one of mine here, this gold one, only cost 150 quid. Cracking bit of kit. And then once you've got everything in place, just a matter of popping back those cheek pads and then tidying up all the wires best you can. So then you can plug in the unit, and it's the bottom USB there. The one above it with the rubber plug is the charging port. So you plug it in at the bottom there, and then it's just a matter of tidying up, and that's the solution I arrived at. Because the long right hand side lead would not tuck up inside the helmet at the back there, it just wouldn't have it. So as you can see, I've used the goggles retaining strap, worked a treat. So now on to the LS2 full face helmet. I'm going to use the adhesive stroke Velcro mount here because the rim at the bottom of the LS2 is far too wide for the clip-on unit. So again, give the back of the backing plate a wipe with acetone. Then peel apart the two Velcro pads, and then we're going to remove the self-adhesive backing and put that part of the Velcro pad onto the mounting plate, as you can see there. And just press that home, and then the second piece, take off the backing paper, and that's the piece that goes to gets attached to the helmet. Just make sure they are properly matched so that they line up when you put them back together. Okay, so that's the Velcro attached to the helmet, and then attaching the backing plate, checking it's secure. It's a good old grip on there, I can assure you. And then we can attach the comms unit like so, and click in place. To remove the comms unit, you just press that tab at the top.
Welcome. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected. Intercom connected. Intercom connected.
So now we're just going to play some, well, not music, because I don't want to infringe copyright, but we'll try a bit of Radio 4 on the BBC Sounds app and see what we get, since we're paired to the 4.
Now, over the years, a lot of work has been done on the way the shape of foods impact flavour, including by the psychologist Professor Charles Spencer, sometimes kitchen cabinet panellist. Does the same apply, Zoe, to the bubbles in sparkling water?
I mean, a bubble is round. I think that's one of its very defining things. So you're not going to get different shapes of bubbles, but you would get different sizes. So if your liquid is cold...
Next song.
And also biogas. But I know enough to realise Bornholm will only meet its target if it's 40,000 people.
Next song.
They'll need to eat less meat, drastically reduce waste, basically to buy less,
Pause. Play.
reuse and recycle way more. It's a pretty
Pause. Play.
change in lifestyle our Bornholmers on. Today they call it
Last song.
Bye from me, Jay Rayner, Paula McIntyre, Jordan Burke, Shalina Permaloo, Zoe Laughlin, and our audience here in Tunbridge Wells.
The Kitchen Cabinet was produced by Bethany
Bluetooth
Hocken. The
pairing.
assistant producer was Dulcie Wadcock. It's a Something Else production.
Goodbye.
Right, so now having shown you all the features that I can, let's move on to fitting the second unit to my LS2 spare full face helmet, and this helmet does not have the Velcro compatible inside liner in the recesses there for the earphones, and so here we have to use the self-adhesive Velcro pads provided, but no problem. Don't forget to clean with a bit of acetone or similar first, and then simply a matter of sticking down the receiving end of that Velcro pad for the earphone. And again, other side of the helmet, removing the cheek pad, and again giving the recess there a good old clean before applying the adhesive pad. Important that you do that, and if you don't, at some point it's going to peel away. Okay, so right hand side pad, peel off the protective backing and just stick it down in the recess in your helmet there. So to feed the wires through on this helmet, I had to cut away a little section of the liner beading to get the wiring through. You may not have to, of course. And now just attaching the right hand speaker. Just Velcro it down there and it'll fit nice and secure. Now time to attach the boom mic, and again a bit of a wipe with acetone. Attach the self-adhesive Velcro tab to wherever in the helmet, in your helmet, is the best position so that you can ensure that that microphone is directly in front of your mouth. And again, remember, it's the flat part of the microphone bonnet on the end there that needs to be facing your mouth. That's where the pickup is. And then just a matter of pressing the cheek pads back in place and tidying up the wiring. And there we go, eventually, after a little bit of a fight, job done. Everything back in place, nice, neat and tidy and ready to roll. So what do we think of the Moman H2 communication system then? Well, I think at less than £90 in the United Kingdom for 2 units with this level of capacity and capability, you can't go wrong. And when you consider the leading competitors, if you like, or the market leaders as many would regard them, Cardo and Senna and one or two others, for a twin unit pack you're talking 400 quid. So 90 quid versus 400 quid is a no-brainer. Now obviously the Moman system does not use, shall we say, some of the more exotic communications networks like Mesh. It's a Bluetooth unit, but it works perfectly fine, I have to say. And if I was to criticise any aspect of it whatsoever, it would be a very minor observation that the speaker quality isn't quite as refined as the JBL speakers, for example, with the Cardo systems. But perfectly usable. All the audio was crystal clear, whether it was music or the built-in FM radio tuner or the actual communications between the two comms units themselves. Now, I haven't been able to check bike-to-bike communications or bike-to-pillion communications because I don't carry a pillion, and I don't have a friendly spare motorcyclist at the time of making this video to enable me to check out the systems on the fly. But in your interests, and with the assistance of Mrs. Wheeler, I took a walk down the road with my helmet on, alerting the neighbours to some degree of continued insanity. But notwithstanding that, I was able to confirm that communications between the two units was absolutely fine, and I got some distance away, I might add. And also worth pointing out that that was also the case between the Moman unit and my Cardo unit. So you set the Cardo unit to Bluetooth and they will speak to each other. So in terms of helmet to helmet, bike to bike, that little experiment suggests to me that performance will be more than adequate on the road. And hopefully at some stage before too long, myself and the FR Mitch will get out there and be able to prove that to you in the real world. But take my word for it, helmet to helmet, bike to bike is going to work over quite a considerable distance. So if you're in the market for a helmet comms system and you don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it, then you need to give a long hard look at the Moman H2 system and what it offers. You're getting 2 communications units with all the fixtures and fittings required for 2 helmets for under £90 in the United Kingdom. And if your primary concern is rider to pillion communications, rider to rider communications, telephony, or just listening to a bit of music while you're riding out and about, or occasionally dropping into the FM radio, then this will fulfill all of your needs. It's a quality feeling item too, and it comes in this black colour as well as a blue colour and a carbon fibre finish, and available on Amazon and 1 or 2 other places. So go take a look, highly recommended. Right, so that's it for today. Hope that was of some interest to you. If it was, please click a like, please click a subscribe, please feel free to share this video. And until the next time, ride safe, be kind, and I'll catch you on the next one. Toodle pip.